Welcome to UltimateMarBro's.
Alrighty guys, welcome back to another episode of UltimateMarBro's. I'm your host, UltimateMar, and today we are playing Ratchet Clank Future, Tools of Destruction. And if you guys remember in the last video, I was talking about an issue I had with one of my coworkers towards the end of the last video. So I'm just going to continue on with that story. And so, towards the end of the shift, hold on, I think I'm going to meet someone.
Oh, check out that terrarium. It seems whoever constructed this station wanted an oasis as well as a fortress.
Okay.
Attention intruder! This is Lieutenant Commander Zephyr of the Apogee Space Station. Lay down your weapons and prepare for a whooping.
A whooping? Oh, Jesus. Get away. Jeez. And so at the end of the shift, after I'd done a lot of stuff, after a really hard day at work by myself for several hours, I had taken our vehicle. And mind you, at this time, my dad is actually working with me at this job, and he wasn't there at the time when everything went wrong, but he saw the end result. Stop showing up. Oh my God.
Attention, young whippersnapper. This is Chief Admiral Clank. We are activating the thermo-splitter defenses. Desist all useful activities and return from whence you came.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Boomer. And so this lady, she comes out and she doesn't even look at me. She doesn't even say, thank you for taking out all the trash for us. Thank you for helping us with our job. Nothing. Which, fine. I don't really care all that much. I was just trying to be a good employee and try to help my fellow employees. But what drove me up the wall is that not only did she not say thank you or anything like that, she went straight to the vehicle that I had brought back and parked super close in the hopes that they would be able to get their stuff, and one of them...
He's swimming in our fishing hole. He's probably hopped up on that rap music.
Rap music.
Get off my lawn!
Jesus Christ. And so she just goes straight to the vehicle, grabs her stuff, and then looks at me and says, okay, now you can take the vehicle and park it where it needs to be. I lost my damn mind. Because, as I've said before, I was alone doing more than one person's job for several hours. Already had a rough and stressful day, and so I was not in the mood for any of that shit. I was not. And I just go fucking ballistic on this lady. Because mind you, as I've said, she was taking advantage of my kindness and how I would help everybody for a couple of months at this point. And I was already in a super pissed off mood. And it just all came to a head. Like, I'm a very laid back kind of person. It takes a lot to piss me off. It really does. It takes a lot to make me just snap. And I went off on this lady. And we were just arguing and arguing.
This whippersnapper doesn't want to listen. He just won't hear a warning.
I wonder, what would happen if I throw this? Nothing. And so our supervisor actually had to get involved. And again, I've said this before. I've never had a problem with supervisors in any job. I've never had a complaint. None of that. And this supervisor I was pretty cool with, so he knew for a fact that I was not someone who caused trouble. I usually just walk off or I deal with whatever's going on. But when he saw me, he knew I was beyond furious.
Ratchet. We should reason with them. Sure. They promised to give me the lawback secret. I promise not to blow them up.
Yeah, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me, Ratchet. And so he knew I was beyond angry, but he didn't understand what was happening. And so I finally explained everything that was going on, and he kind of looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, I can see where you're coming from." But he couldn't, in a sense, take my side. Because he couldn't be considered as... He didn't want to be thought of as someone who was playing favorites, because you don't want that as a supervisor. You don't want to be thought of as someone who plays favorites and only helps those that you like and not be fair. That's not what you want as a supervisor, and I totally understand where that's coming from. And while we were talking, she just stood up and said, "Fine, I'll be the bigger person and I'll move the vehicle and all that." And I just look at her and I go, "You're damn right you will." Mind you, at this point in time, I did not know that the radio was on. Someone had turned on the radio, and everybody in the company, well, not company, but all of them, my fellow employees, could only just hear yelling and have no idea what was happening. What they could know was that it was me who was doing the yelling, and the other person that I was having the argument with. Oh. And so later on that day, we have to ride a shuttle to get back to our cars so we can go home after work. That was part of our job's parking policy. We couldn't actually park at where we worked, which is stupid, but whatever. We had to take shuttles from a hotel to get to our cars or to work, which even now I still think is incredibly stupid and just a huge waste of time. I never saw the need for us to be unable to get parking at the company we were working at. You know? But again, I'm 20 at this point. I just left college because I couldn't afford it. So I didn't know anybody. And again, mind you, I told you that my dad was there that day working with me.
We've lost our carbon fuel generator. We're sitting ducks.
And so, when we all get in the van to get back to our cars so we can go home for the day, my dad is on the phone with my stepmom. I didn't know this at the time. And so my fellow employee turned to me and go, "What the hell happened?" And at this point I had calmed down a bit.
There's no way we're getting through this without at least 2 crates of pyrocytic nitro cells.
Your geolaser comes equipped with a directional indicator to locate weak walls. Simply follow the signal to locate areas where this handy device will work.
Uh-huh.
You can use your new geolaser to cut through natural surfaces.
Again, this shit sucks. Is this a cutscene? Yeah.
Did you say Balistic? The Zoni. They are little invisible creatures who travel through time.
Oh, right.
There's the scoundrel. I'll believe him. Oh, my thruster coils.
Thanks, guys. I can handle it here.
Sure.
Well, congratulations. You win an all-expense paid trip out the airlock. Hope you don't mind letting yourself out. I hate that popping sound of bodies decompressing in space.
Now, put that lock back in his place.
What? He is a Lombax. Kronk, Zephyr, lower your weapons.
And so, our heroes explain the mysterious circumstances which brought them to Talwyn Apogee's secluded space station. Their quest for the elusive Lombax secret. A cipher wrapped in an enigma, smothered in super secret sauce.
That's enough, Zephyr. So you're a Lombax who's never seen another Lombax, doesn't know where they are or what their secret is. That's so...
Ironic.
I take it he's the smart one.
Miss Apogee, is there any reason why Tachyon would think you have a Lombax weapon?
Well, this is my father's base. Max Apogee
Max Apogee was a famous...
is a famous.
Unfortunately, they never go anywhere with this story. Whatever happened to Max Apogee? It would be great for the next game to try to find him, but you never
Pirates raided the station years ago.
receive any information about
My
it,
father went after them,
about him.
but never came back.
I recall that smuggler mentioning pirates on our door list.
Dolus. Kronk, Zephyr, get the ship ready. Lock up on your way out, okay?
You just instantly trust them? That's just...
Ratchet, I'm sending you the coordinates to our Dolus. Sorry if I see you thrown back at the station. I haven't gotten out much since my father vanished. I'll see you soon.
Sure.
Coordinates acquired from planet Ardolus.
Sure. Whatever. And before I could say anything to my coworkers about what happened, the lady that I was having an argument with just went off. and started saying bad things about me. Now, remind you, at this point, I had calmed down a bit, but the moment she started bad-mouthing me like that, I lost it all over again.
Alright, Chief. What can we do you for?
Nanoswarmers? Ah, I remember this. Oh, I can almost buy... Got it. Yeah. And... oh, yeah. And I lost it, and we just go off again. Mind you, my dad is in the front row of the van, bus, whatever we're riding on, and he can hear everything. He doesn't tell me this until after we get off the bus, or the next day at work. I don't really remember.
Alright, Chief. What can we do you for?
And... okay, I don't need the tornado launcher, so... he tells me he hears... he's talking to his wife, and he says, honey, my son is losing his damn mind right now, and I want to know what the hell's happening. And he's just like, he is losing it, and this has got to be it. Interesting, and I really need to know what's going on. Which, fine, that's cool. And so he hangs up to hear the conversation that's going on between me and this lady. And one of my coworkers tries to play cool by saying kumbaya, and I turn to this other lady who, again, I have never had a problem with this lady either, and I say, no kumbaya. This is not a kumbaya situation. Stop it. And I guess I kind of scared her when I did that, because she just looked at me like, okay, you got it, whatever. You should never truly piss off a good person who is usually pretty chill, because they can really go dark pretty quickly. And so after everything that went down... Oh. Right. The lady who I had been having a problem with for that day anyways, she never showed up at work again. She never called in. She never informed us that she was quitting. She just never showed up. And mind you, I felt bad after I had calmed down and realized that I was being kind of an a-hole as well. And yeah, I shouldn't have taken my frustration out on this lady. I agree, but again, don't use people. Don't try to take advantage of someone who is generally a pretty cool person to you and everybody else, because when they snap hard. Fresh Lombax.
Just what I'm hungry.
Just what I'm hungry for. Oh man. But yeah, that's my anger story. it's the one and only time I've ever gotten angry at work. And I admit I felt really bad afterwards, but I didn't care either, because I was tired of being taken advantage of for months, and I was tired of being the good guy doing a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't part of my job description to do alone at the very least. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. Please come back tomorrow for more Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction. Please hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and crush that bell. And by the way, the whole story I've been telling you is all 100% true. I didn't go into super detail about what happened, but it is 100% true. It was late 2008, no, 2010, early 2011, somewhere in that time period, between August 2010 and February of 2011. No, maybe December to February is when this situation happened. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all tomorrow. See you guys later.